Welcome along. This is your AI News Summary for the week ending October 12th, 2025. We've been tracking developments across, well, markets, governance, and some really fast global expansion.
Yeah, it's quite the mix this week. You've got some serious financial caution signals,
Right.
but right alongside that, just massive investment commitments. And then you see regulators trying to lay down some ground rules while, the whole thing just keeps accelerating, especially in new markets.
So our goal here is just to boil down these key developments into the need-to-know stuff for you. Let's jump straight in, starting with that complex financial picture, the AI economy.
Mm-hmm.
First up, this warning note from the Bank of England.
Mm-hmm.
They've explicitly said the excitement around AI stocks might be pushing us towards a bubble.
A bubble, yeah. They seem worried that these soaring valuations could lead to a sharp correction if things change.
Like if sentiment shifts, or maybe the tech doesn't deliver quite as fast as hoped?
Exactly. But, contrasting that, you hear directly from the heart of the industry. Yeah, Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang, he's saying demand for AI compute is up substantially. And he really thinks this growth wave is, well, still just getting started. He even mentioned wishing he'd invested more in places like OpenAI earlier.
So is that a disconnect then? You've got the Bank of England worried about a bubble and Huang saying we're just starting? Or is he just, boosting his own company?
Well, probably a bit of both, right? But the sheer scale of the infrastructure deals suggests a pretty deep belief in long-term demand. And nothing shows that more clearly than this new OpenAI and AMD partnership.
Ah, yeah, the compute power deal.
It's huge. They're planning to deploy up to 6 gigawatts of GPU power together.
6 gigawatts. I mean, that's just,
Yeah,
it's hard to even picture. That's like powering a major city, isn't it?
pretty much. It really shows the industrial scale we're talking about now.
And the first gigawatt is coming online when? Second half of next year.
That's the plan, yeah. Second half of 2026. And the financial structure behind it is really interesting, too.
How so?
Well, OpenAI gets warrants, basically the right to buy up to 160 million AMD shares later on.
Okay.
But crucially, getting those shares is tied to actually deploying the GPUs and hitting performance targets.
Ah, so it aligns their incentives. AMD only fully benefits if OpenAI successfully uses their hardware.
Exactly. It's more than just selling chips. It's like engineering the hardware supplier's success directly to the model developer's success. A new kind of financial link.
Okay, so while these giants are spending billions on hardware, the regulators are trying to keep up.
Right, trying to put some guardrails in place.
Let's look at that, setting the rules. Starting with the legal world in New York.
Yeah, the New York Unified Court System, they've just adopted some interim policies for how judges and staff can use generative AI.
What are the main points there?
Pretty straightforward, but important. Only approved AI tools are allowed, first off.
Makes sense.
And a big one. You absolutely cannot feed confidential or privileged information into public AI models. Data security is key.
Right, you don't want sensitive case details ending up in some general training set.
Precisely, and maybe most importantly, the policy hammers home that AI is there to help, not replace, human judgment.
So humans still make the final call.
Absolutely. And they're mandating training, too, to try and spot and prevent bias or just plain errors from the AI creeping into legal work.
Okay, that makes sense. Now let's pivot to the global picture, specifically what's happening in India. Things seem to be moving incredibly fast there.
Oh, absolutely. Really rapid development. 3 big things this week alone.
Go on.
First, the Tamil Nadu government, they're launching this open data platform for startups.
Open beta.
Yeah, anonymized data aggregated from across government departments. We're talking over 80 crore records.
That's what, 800 million?
800 million records, yeah. Covering things like health, agriculture, all aimed at helping startups train AI models, but with privacy built in.
Wow, that's a significant resource.
Huge. And then supporting that kind of data use, you have new infrastructure. Google Cloud India and an organization called TechBharat Research Foundation just opened India's first AI Center of Excellence for Public Good.
Where's that based?
In Visakhapatnam. And the focus is very practical, building AI solutions for things like better governance, disaster response, citizen services.
And they're training people too.
Yep, they plan to train about 80 fellows and maybe 100 interns each year through a fellowship program, building that local talent pool.
And the third point in India.
Anthropic is moving in.
OpenAI's big competitor.
Exactly. They're setting up their first office in India, in Bangalore.
That's a strong signal, isn't it? Shows major international players see India as key for talent and local projects.
Definitely. It's a clear commitment investing directly in the Indian AI ecosystem.
Yeah.
So if you sort of pull back and look at all these threads,
Yeah.
the big tension seems to be, can this massive infrastructure build out, like that 6GW AMD deal and everything happening in India, outpace the caution signals we're getting from, say, the Bank of England?
That's the question, isn't it? You've got the pedal to the metal on deployment, but the financial regulators are tapping the brakes.
Mm-hmm. Which force wins out, or how do they balance?
So, thinking about that Bank of England warning on valuations, how might this absolutely huge OpenAI AMD deal change things? Does pouring that much money into hardware stabilize the market? Or does it just inflate things further, making it more competitive, maybe more volatile?
It could cut both ways, couldn't it? It locks in demand for AMD, potentially stabilizing their position, but it also raises the stakes for everyone else.
Definitely something to keep a close eye on. What will you be tracking next week? Okay, that wraps up this week's AI News Summary. Thanks for joining us.